So we're waiting for the bus, aren't we? To go back to the main complex?
Yeah, you get to see the rockets there and stuff.
Yeah. Do the rest of the complex. So we've done the, is it the Saturn V side complex and the bus tour? And here is a bus. Turns out we are getting on this bus. So lucky.
Yeah. Even though I'm hungry.
For the next bus, yeah. I didn't think with that many people in front of us that we would make this bus. Kennedy. Space Center bus.
So what do you think of the big rocket inside? Awesome, I would agree. Did you know that's an actual Saturn moon rocket? Off to your left here, you can see some bleachers. That's a launch viewing area. Originally, that would have been used by the astronauts' immediate families and by NASA officials. That would be an absolutely incredible place to watch a launch. You can actually see 5 launch pads from there. 37, 39A, 39B, 40, and 41. So if you happen to be here on one of those days when those bleachers are available, I highly recommend that you choose those bleachers as your location to watch a launch.
Ignition sequence start. All engines are running.
We have taken tremendous steps.
We choose to go to the moon. All is dictated out.
We have achieved the earth-shaking, the breathtaking, the groundbreaking, and left a mark in the heavens. Our successes build one upon another and amplify what is possible. It's time we take the next great leap. We're building the next chapter of American exploration, returning to the moon to stay, so we can go beyond to Mars, to expand what's possible and further our understanding. The architecture for these missions is already taking shape. We will go with new systems, bold designs, and a sustainable mission. You can hear it, taste it, touch it. We are going. We are training, testing, pressing our pioneering spirit into every component, defining our resolve with every line of code, and securing our success with every welcomed partnership. This is not hypothetical. This is not about flags and footprints. This is about sustainable science and feeding forward the advance of the human spirit. Because we are the pioneers, the star sailors, the thinkers, the visionaries, the doers. And because we stand on the shoulders of giants to go farther than humanity has ever been, we will add our names to the rolls of the greatest adventurers in history. Every day, every mission, we advance this goal. We are NASA. And after 60 years, we're just getting started.
Surrounded by the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge. These 140,000 acres of protected coastal wetlands are home to more than 1,500 species of wildlife and plants. Other than the few launch pads and facilities you see spotted across the horizon, this area remains a refuge for that diverse wildlife. So keep an eye out for egrets and tortoises and maybe even an alligator on your tour today. Even if you don't spot them, know that they are all around us. I want to introduce you to my friend, Park Ranger Kim King-Wren. Kim, what is the role of the Wildlife Refuge?
The National Wildlife Refuge is the part of Merritt Island that's set aside as a home for wildlife.
And how does the Wildlife Refuge work side by side with NASA?
So there's always something exciting happening at the Space Center, and when new facilities are built, we work with NASA to relocate animals, move them out of harm's way during construction, but then usually when the work is done, they move right back. Animals don't know
pine tree along the Kennedy Parkway has been home to the largest eagle's nest on Kennedy Space Center. Eagles have long been a symbol at NASA for human spaceflight, including the famous Apollo 11 mission. Weighing thousands of pounds and about the size of a king-size bed, the eagles continue to return to this nest to raise their eaglets year after year. The eagles arrive to nest in late August, hatch their eaglets around December, and remain there until they migrate north again in the spring. After all these years, it may not be surprising that the tree containing the nest has been damaged by natural forces, impacted by wildfires, hurricanes, wind-borne salt spray, and even a pine bark beetle attack. The tree's overall health has declined.
That giant eagle's nest is just off to the right here, folks. It's actually one of 17 active nests on the property. And those 17 nests typically produce 20 to 25 eaglets per year.
Very resilient. And all signs indicate that in the event our resident eagles leave the tree, they'll usually rebuild to the next closest optimal nesting spot. And there are plenty of options for them here at the Kennedy Space Center.
Did you ever want to be an astronaut? Maybe it was the cool spacesuits or the idea of floating in microgravity. Whatever the reason, it takes dreamers, thinkers, and adventurers to push the boundaries of human space exploration. But no matter how far we explore beyond our world, the journey ultimately starts right here in the imagination of our youth. It is so important to support STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, focused education curricula to foster that next generation of rocket scientists, physicists, chemists, and of course, astronauts. These core building blocks form the foundation for the incredible achievements of NASA. The astronaut training experience here at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex works with some of these bright children who may one day be the people who walk across the gantry into a capsule on their way to Mars.
My favorite thing about space is how we know so much, but then there's so much we can learn about it because of how big and endless it is.
What I love about the ATX Center is the microgravity simulator. That was really fun because it felt like you were fixing the ISS in like zero gravity.
My favorite thing here at the Visitor Complex, if I had to choose, would be the shuttle launch simulator because it's so awesome to feel what the astronauts feel like when they take off.
More than 60 years of innately curious and wildly ambitious space pioneers have led us to countless new discoveries and modern conveniences we enjoy today. Literally thousands of items can trace their roots back to NASA. From smoke detectors and memory foam mattresses to life-saving medical equipment. It's amazing how the work being done to take us thousands of miles into space is also making life better right here on Earth. Of all the benefits of modern technology, perhaps none are more powerful than our ability to connect with another person anywhere, instantly. To pick up a cell phone and call a loved one many thousands of miles away. To instantly share a photo with our network of friends. To collaborate and share information with like-minded people to create something great together. In a way, the modern communications technologies are making Earth feel like a smaller place. And while they are bringing us closer together, they are also enabling us to look further beyond our horizons. The journey starts here. By going behind the gates of Kennedy Space Center today, we each took our own small step toward the future of space exploration by learning and being inspired by the incredible achievements of NASA.
Now, as we turn into the main campus, there's still lots for you to see and do today, folks. Just ahead of us here is the Atlantis building. That's where the actual space shuttle Atlantis is displayed. It is displayed in such a way that it's absolutely breathtaking. While you're there, make sure you check out the shuttle launch experience. That ride was designed and tested by several of our astronauts. They'll take 44 of you, put you in the payload bay of a shuttle, and then make it seem like an actual launch. And I can tell you it's very convincing. They've done a good job of it. And then you want to make your way to the space shop. That's the world's largest collection of space memorabilia. And if you're at the point in your day where you'd like to take the weight off your feet for a few minutes, let me recommend the IMAX Theater. We have two 51-foot screens with some special 3D effects and film scheduled throughout the day. You'll find IMAX over in the corner, a large gray building with the blue trim. It's been my pleasure to spend these few minutes with you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at Kennedy Space Center.